met on a dating site. It was POF. We started talking on Wednesday, and I went up on my birthday, which was that weekend, that Saturday. My birthday was Sunday, and we had a date. He took me fishing.
Kept catching everything bigger than I did.
I did. It was funny, he quit fishing after a while. The place he lived, it was called Sparta in North Carolina. It was up in the mountains. It was gorgeous. It was October, so fall leaves. And there was a spot that you could pull off going up the mountain. And it was just amazing. You could see a quarter of North Carolina. And it was just so pretty because of all the leaves changing and just the smell. It was an amazing place.
Right on Blue Ridge Parkway.
Yep. I stopped. I kind of stalled throughout the day to go and see him because I was kind of a little nervous, a little scared. Been on some other dates and just wasn't what the people said they were. And
you thought I was an old man.
But I got there, pulled up, he came out, and he was exactly what he said he was. And so our first date, we went fishing. Where was the place? Did it have a name?
I don't remember. It's been a while.
But it was a little creek that they stocked with trout. And I don't even think we caught any trout. I think they were all little chubs, but it was just fun. It was fun to go out. It was nice
chubs.
out. It was just an amazing time.
Yeah. It's been, what, a year and 2 months?
We ended up, that was a Saturday night. I spent the night with him. So Sunday I went home, which was my birthday. And then I was back to see him again that Tuesday. And we had just had such an amazing time together. Like, everything was just so perfect. Everything was just, it was great. You know, we didn't have anything between the two of us to begin with. But it was
I really
just,
didn't have nothing.
it was just fun to be together. You know, it was just a good time. And it was that following weekend, I do believe it was the 28th. I think that we moved in with Sammy.
Oh, Lord, yes.
And wonderful people. It was a family. It was him, his girlfriend, and 2 kids.
And Sophie.
We stayed there for probably a month and a half, I think it was. And we lived like 4 miles, 3 miles, something like that out of town, which took like 8 minutes to drive. But if you walked in, it took 3 hours. Which the only part is because you had to walk up part of the mountain and then back down part of the mountain. So the walking up part was really slow. But we stayed there about 3 months. It was out in the country. There was a pond across the street. The horses would come up and you could play with the horses. Cows didn't come here. But we got to play with the horses one day. That was kind of cool.
That's where we spent most of our time, was over there at that pond.
It was.
Fishing.
It was so nice out too. And this is November. Of course, North Carolina, no snow. So we got nice sunny days.
Don't pick on no snow.
What else?
Let's see. Sophie. Well, of course.
Oh, Sophie, my cat. When I first got there, I took her out of the car and put her down on the ground, which she's never run away. You know, she's always stuck around. But there was quite a few people there and their dogs and pets. Well, she disappeared for 3 weeks. And we thought something had happened, that, you know, some coyote or something had gotten her, or maybe she just decided she didn't want to be there and ran away. But I was doing dishes one day watching out the window, and their dog was playing with something. And I'm like, watching him, and I'm like, he's just being goofy, jumping around, you know, playing, trying to get something to play with him. And so I'm watching him, and lo and behold, there was Sophie. And she was just sitting on a log that was there. And so I go down, and it took me probably an hour to try to catch her. She was just so scared and whatnot. So my big old fat cat that probably weighed, what, 10 pounds, maybe?
Maybe, if not more.
When I got her back, probably weighed a good 4 pounds. She was very skinny. So we fattened her back up. One night we were sitting there and we were watching TV, and she got up on the table and started drinking my iced tea with her paw.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny. Got a videotape of that. Then we moved down to Conover into my brother's. We just were so far out of town and not having transportation, we weren't getting any jobs. So we had no options other than, you know, to move and try something else. Brother had a beautiful home. It's really pretty. I think I got my job working at Wendy's as an assistant manager, I think a week after we were there. Something like that. It was pretty close to a week after I was there.
Took me a while to get mine.
It did, but you got one. He started working at his Wendy's as well, not at my store though. We were planning our wedding. He had asked me to marry him on Thanksgiving Day of last year.
Just to clarify.
Were you scared?
Yes, definitely. First time, you know, every guy's scared the first time.
Oh, it gets easier as it goes on?
I don't know. I'm just saying. So it's kind of spooky because you never know what you're gonna say.
Right.
You could just say no. You could just say yes. You could just say maybe.
It was pretty soon. We'd only been together just pretty much a little over a month, but
I know.
It was. Our relationship is amazing. You know, we get along great.
We have our ups and downs, but nothing's always fixed it.
Right. Well, then we moved, like I said, to my brother's. We stayed there till May, and his mom had got a hold of us because she knew we were planning for the wedding. Had asked us, you know, that we could come and stay there so we could save, you know, more money for the wedding. So I put in a transfer at work. We moved. Things just didn't work out. Just wasn't a good situation. And then I had moved back to Pennsylvania. And we had taken, I guess you want to call it a little break.
Yeah, it was my fault, more than right, but...
Miscommunication, understanding. People need to talk. One rule of relationships is you need to talk and communicate.
With everybody else butting in, we couldn't.
So it was about 3 weeks, I think, after I was in Pennsylvania. He got a hold of me, and we talked pretty much the whole entire night. And I went down the next morning to pick him up, and
Car got repoed.
my car, I was about 2 months behind in my car payment, and somehow they knew that I was coming back to North Carolina, or knew where I was going to be, and they followed us. We stopped at a gas station. I knew they were there. I saw them, and I had stopped at a gas station because we had gotten talking, you know, just seeing each other after 3 weeks. I totally forgot that they were there. So we get out of the car at the gas station, get a drink, walk back out the door, and they took my car. So now we are stranded back in North Carolina.
Statesville.
In Statesville, North Carolina. I literally had nothing but the clothes I was wearing in my purse because I had not planned on staying. It was a go down, pick him up, get a hotel, come home the next day. So I called one of my other brothers, and he came and got us, offered us to stay there. We both got jobs that next week, I think it was.
Pure Foods.
At Pure Foods. And we worked there, and we had gotten miscommunication again, and I had came back to Pennsylvania. That is where I moved in with my friend Penny, and I think it was about 3 weeks, 4 weeks after that.
So after I moved in with my dad.
Yeah. That he had got a hold of me again and wanted me to come back down there. And I told him that there wasn't nothing down there, you know, that he needed to come up here, that I had a job. You know, I was stable here. You know, if we went down there, I was not. So he got a bus ticket, and it was 21 hours from North Carolina all the way up to Erie, Pennsylvania. I talked to him the whole way.
Yeah.
How many transfers did you have?
4, I think.
4 different buses.
It's... Don't ever make me do that again.
So we were at Penny's, and again, things just didn't work out.
Not between us, but the living situation.
And that's when we met Happenstance and got involved with Happenstance, and we moved to Meadville to our apartment, and things have been great for us.
They've done a lot.
They have helped us so much and getting us up on our feet and stable, and it's been a long time since I've been in this position.
Helped me get a job.
Yeah.
I mean, we owe them. We do. I mean, they've helped us out.